Here we go. You ready? Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys make more noise than when we had the giant class. Well, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to all of my returning Chi heads. It's nice to see you and thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to see you. It is the Morning Flow Show, aka your AM Daily Dose of Chi. I'm your host, David-Dorian Ross, and in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, I am a soldier for peace. And that's who I am today. Today is New Music Monday. Started a new thing week by week, so every Monday I'm going to come out with some new music. So I've got a new playlist that I'm debuting for the week, and we'll play that a few times throughout this coming week. And it's also Memorial Day here in the States, and I'm going to talk just a little bit. I've got a couple thoughts on what Memorial Day means to me, and I wanted to share that with you if I could. But first, I also have some new moves to go along with the new music, so let's just do that. Why don't you guys go jump into your space? I'm going to turn on the music, and we'll chi boogie until the cows come home. Or maybe they're already home. Something happy to get us started with here. So let's just reach out and be happy for a second. Little octopus arms, never hurt anybody. And then just let the wings float down by your sides. Octopus arms coming back to rest. And breathe in, and you float up into space. And breathe out, and the big loud sigh. Jorge's here. Good morning, sir. It's good to see you. Breathe in, float up. Breathe out. And you guys are looking good today. All right, sinking the chi. The hands float up and then just drift into the heart and ease on down all the way into the earth. All right, floating back up. Just make yourself taller. In fact, don't make yourself taller, just release the tallness within you and float all the way down. One more time. Breathe in, gather up the big clouds of chi. Just tuck it into your heart and ease on down into the earth. Now let's get this foot out to the side, shall we? And just in front, the hands will float up for opening the door. And just melt on down into the earth. Good. Rise on up. And just ease on down. Melting, dripping, floating all the way down. Very nice. Floating back up. Hug the big tree. Inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top. Embracing the moon, and then just carry it down into the earth and melt on down with it. Good. Float it up. Let the moon float away. And this hand on top. It's the moon juggle this morning. Juggling the moon. Toss it up there. Catch it on the other hand on top, and just bring it down with you. Nice. One more time. Inhale. This hand on top. Exhale. Float it on down. And open and breathe in and bring the fingertips float back together. Hands flat and pull into the heart. Let's step in the corner and cross the points. Stepping out, cross the points here. 2 points that right there at the base of your wrist to stimulate and excite the chi into the body. Get it sort of zooming out into the extremities. It's like a little trigger point. Cross and trigger, circle all the way around. Very nice. Big breath out as you cross. Big breath in. Hey, and I don't care what it looks like, by the way. Do it your own way. Just let the breath do the work for you. Breathe in, fold in, breathe out. Very nice. All right, so bring it back to the center so we can do the other side. Just let the hands fold into the heart. Step in, stepping out, cross the points again. Cross. And circle as you inhale. All the way around. Pierce the clouds right there with your spear hands. Circle around. Thrust. Stir. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe all the way in. Hold in. Breathe out and stay with me. Let's bring it back on into the center. Just bring the hands back in and hug the tree. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten. Float all the way down and back to the beginning, sinking the chi. Inhale. Drift into the heart. Exhale all the way down. Opening the door. You just float up into space, weightless, nothing there to keep you, and then just melt all the way down. Very nice. And floating back up, let's take this foot out to the side a little bit wider. Good. And then open the door, hands pull into the heart, and sink right down into the earth. All right, it's early yet, and it's been a long night, so be kind to yourself as you sink down into the earth. Look for your smile spot and stick right with the smile. That feels so good. Inhale all the way down into the vertical circle. Yeah, the breath will let you know. You just kind of get down there and just go, Inhale all the way up. And take it all the way down. And one more time. Reaching up to the heavens, guiding it back into your center and all the way down. And now let's reverse direction. So we'll just gather that up, bring it right back up to the heart and up and over the top and all the way out, 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 out and down. Scraping the floor just to see if it can. All the way out there. Breathe in. Reach it out. Breathe out. One more time. Inhale. Reach all the way out and exhale down, and then stay with me. Bring it right back up to center and hug the big tree right there. A little spontaneous wiggle moment. Inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top of the big round moon. Just settle in there. Turn to face this direction. And let's push the ball out there. Just taking the moon out into space and then stir it all the way around. Back into center. Reach. Circle. Put it out there. You remember this is the dragon breath, right? This is how dragons train their fire breathing. They got to get their chi stirred all the way around, stirring, 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 and then back into the, and here it goes. Stir all the way, push it out, and bring it back, and stir it in, and one more time all the way around. Just yes, very nice. And hug the tree right here and bring it back to center. Inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top, holding the moon, and just settle right in there, turning the face this direction. Once again, fire breathing, stirring all the way, tucking it in there, and one more time, go, and come back. And breathe it in, breathe it out. Inhale, take it in, one more time, stirring that all the way around. Breathe it out right here and hug the big tree and bring it back to center. Good. Inhale and open. The fingertips come floating back together, hands flatten, float all the way down and sinking the chi right from here, up and over the top, pull in, and as you let it float down, sink into the earth. Yes, hands come right here, wagging the tail and shaking the head. I'm just going to take this over to this side there. Now look down at the floor. Anything behind? Any crackers from yesterday? I don't think so. Let's come back up to center. Just down. And then again, I'm just going to tip over to the side here. Take a look down. Shake that tail all the way to the other side. And bring it back up to the center. And drop down. Take it over. Back to the floor. Wag the tail. Shake the head. Say, I don't know. One more time. Take it over. I'm just scanning. See if there's anything down there. I don't know. Back up to center. Beautiful. And the hands float out in front like you're opening the door. Reach out to the side. And this hand, stay with you, is going to come up over the top and scratch that itch all the way down the side. The swimming dragon, up and over. Ooh, that itch right back there where you never can reach. Take it on down. Breathe in. All the way out. One more time. Inhale, up and over. Take it down. Bend it like Beckham. All the way over here. Bring it back to center. Hug the big tree. Now heel toe those feet together a couple of times. Inhale and open. And the fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten and ease on down. And back to the beginning, sinking the chi. Hands float up. Drift into the heart. And ease on down. In front, the hands float up for opening the door. And then just melt on down into the earth. Good. Floating back up. Hug the big tree. Inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top of the big round moon and step in, if you won't mind. Then stepping out, open the curtain. Just take the back of the hand and push that curtain open. And roll it on back. And you know, this is the version 1 we talk about, the one-handed curtain opener. Takes one hand to open the curtain. Beautiful. And it just rolls on back. And rolls on open, and stay with me. Reach forward, both hands, and just tickle it on down. Toss it away. Wave on in and push. Pull. And push. Beautiful. And then open the heart right here. Open, open, open. Open. Beautiful. Back over here on this side, and this hand on top. And stepping out, let's try version 2, where it takes 2 hands to open the curtain. Good, and then this hand just drops on down. Wallet rolls around into it. 2 hands to open the curtain. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now stay with me. I'm going to open my palm to see if anything is going to drop out of heaven right on there. Circle it around and step in and hook. And stepping back out this way, single whip. And just loop that a couple of times. You know what that's like. And open. And one more time. Open right here. Beautiful. And open the heart right here. Stepping in, this hand is going to hook under the leg. Lift up and kick. Bring it back together. Loose fists and box both ears. Very nice. And stepping back in, open the heart and wave hands like clouds. 3 times. There's 1. And change 2. And step in 3. And this hand on top. And stepping out, version 2, opening the curtain. 2 hands, one more time. Take it on back. And 2 hands, open the curtain. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right, stay with me. Open the palm. What's going to drop out of heaven? I don't know, but I'm going to step in and make a hook. Stepping out, single whip. Open. And roll it on back. And open. And one more time. Single whip, just toss it away. Beautiful. Open the heart right here. This hand hooks underneath. And open like a flower. Release, and 2 loose fists. Step into the corner and box both ears. Beautiful. Step in and open the heart and wave hands like clouds 3 times. There's 1, 2. Now here we go. Step in and hug the big tree. Stepping out in this direction. Open the curtain. 2-hand version. Circle back around. Yes, and push it open. Less thinking. Remember, more sighing. Open the palm. Let's see what comes out of heaven. Step up and hook. And stepping out, single whip, open. And loop 2 times. Breathe in. Open out. One more time, inhale. Flick it off, beautiful. Open right here. This hand hooks underneath. Open like a flower. Release, and 2 loose fists to step in the corner to box both ears. Beautiful. Stepping back on in. Open and step in to hug the big tree right here. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten. Float all the way down. Very nice. And then this foot's going to return. And Monday morning, not bad. 2 thumbs up, a little bow is all we need. Excellent work. Give yourselves a hand. Nice stuff. Come on back in. Go like this. You see here we have the two-handed version of opening the curtain. Back of the curtain plus extra strength. Open the palm. That's all I said. It's just like either mana or Skittles. Something will fall. Okay. Hopefully that's all that falls out of heaven. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. Good work on the new moves today. Good for you guys. Always like to throw something new in there, and I've been working on some new things over the weekend, so with some new music, some new moves, have some fun with that. All right, listen, it's Monday morning, and for many of you, a holiday, which means you might have plans, or you might want to go back to bed and get ready for the rest of the day, go out to the pool, something like that. So I have some thoughts, and I wanted to share them with you rather quickly, and then let you go. So today here in the States is Memorial Day. Memorial Day is the official holiday where we remember the fallen men and women who died while in the service of their country, serving in the U.S. military. Originally it was called Decoration Day, and it's one of our oldest holidays. It goes all the way back to the Civil War, and maybe even some suggest slightly before the Civil War, where there was a tradition of, on a certain day in the month of May to go out to the graveyards of fallen soldiers and, put flowers and flags and festoon the grave markers with some kind of decoration. And so that just kind of carried over and was then name changed officially, kind of along the way. Different states would change the name. I think finally officially in the late 1960s, the name and the date and the time was changed to make Memorial Day. Now, many of you know, and I make no apologies for this, I am an old school liberal, I'm a pacifist, which means that I look out on the world through the eyes of, I would rather deal with other human beings in an atmosphere of peace. That's just what a pacifist means to me. And I remember being a pacifist, as a kid, and in the 1960s, attending rallies that protested the Vietnam War. And I was young. I was, naive. I didn't understand politics. I didn't understand worldview. I didn't understand anything. But I was very taken by some of the rituals of the protests. And I remember one year in particular, I think it was probably 1968, where I attended a rally where all day long people would get up and start reading names. They were just reading names for hours, just one name out, like the telephone book, it seemed like. They were just reading names and names and names and names and names for hours and hours. I'm like, I don't know, I don't get it. And what they were the names of the people who had died in Vietnam that year. And, just imagine this. How long does it take to read a name? John Smith, Mary Watkins, Chris Jones. I mean, it doesn't take very long to read a name. And yet the lists were so long that they went on for hours. And as I grew up, and especially as I became an adult and became a father, when I think back on the reading of those names, what was so moving about that ritual, about the reading of the names, is that the people who were reading the names were mothers and fathers themselves. They were people who had lost children in the war. And every name that they read out was a reminder, a memorial, that the people who die in the service of their country are not just names on a list. They are real people who are sons and daughters, who are brothers and sisters, who are parents. I had fantasies that, sometime in the 60s or 70s, that would all stop and we wouldn't have that anymore. And of course, that's ridiculous because it's still going on. And now I'm a father looking at kids coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq going, this is crazy. Now, the thing is, as I get a little bit older, I also realize that some of my pacifist activism from when I was a kid is like, oh, that doesn't work. You cannot stand up on a soapbox and convince people to put down weapons of war, be peaceful over there. Like, are you kidding me? You can't convince people of jack. That doesn't happen. If you just think about it, you've never convinced anyone in your life who have a position that they're in and they're, very convinced about it, and you come along and you say something so amazingly brilliant that they go, oh my God, why have I never thought of that before? You are a God. I'm going to change my, that doesn't happen. People who are in a position, who look out on the world, that says to them that struggle and violence is a better answer than peace and harmony, are people who are out of balance. And for me, the proof of that, again, is looking at the 4-foot guru. Right? So she's still at the age where I watch her go into school, into an environment where everybody is completely brand new, she doesn't know anybody, and she has no strife with anyone. Right? She has no intention or necessity for having some kind of violent action to exert her wishes on all she wishes for is another little My Little Pony adventure. Right? Then sometime during the course of our lives, things begin to get a little bit out of balance, and it's like, well, I got to make things happen still. It's still important for me to get lunch at a certain time, or put some money in the bank account, or get rid of the influences that I don't like, and so I need to start to exert force on that situation. Right? And that's how we become convinced that that's a better answer. Right? So the answer is not to convince people that that's not a good answer. Right? That never happens. The way that we can, if ever possible, bring peace into the world we live in is to help people come back into balance, where they can find in themselves their own sense, oh, God, I really don't need to be violent to make things happen, to have another My Little Pony adventure, to meet a stranger and go, hi, I like your coat. Right? We don't need to convince anybody or stand on a soapbox or vote differently or anything. We just need to bring people into balance, and in their own state of harmony, our natural nature is to be pacifists. Right? So that's what and I've said this before, I make no secret about my secret agenda about why I teach Tai Chi, because I think it will make the world a happier, more peaceful, more prosperous place where we can all get along together. Not because somebody says so, but because it's like, who would want anything different? Anyway, those are my thoughts for the day on this Memorial Day. Truly, thank you for letting me share them with you. Appreciate that. All right. Shall we get on out of here? Go have a wonderful, wonderful day with the people who matter most to us in life? I think so. No big announcements today. You know that tomorrow's Tuesday. We got some long class. Oh, by the way, thank you for those of you who came on Saturday to the hour-long class with me. That was so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again next Saturday. I may even sneak into some of the other hour-long classes this week, just because I was like, my body is still going, you need to do this more. Anyway, so thanks for coming that day, and maybe we can do some more this week. That's all. Go on out of here. Have a wonderful time. Keep your hearts open. Take some time to play. Tell someone you like their coat, just because. And no matter what happens, no matter what life throws at you, no matter how rocky and violent the world seems to be, just go with the flow. Just be yourself. Love you guys a lot. And I will see you in a half an hour. Well, so a scorpion comes to the edge of a river one day, and he's sitting by the side of the river, and a frog swims by, and he says, oh, he waves me out. He says, Master Frog, I want to get to the other side of the river. Could you please give me a ride on your back? Would you let me ride on your back to the other side of the river? The frog goes, are you serious? Dude, you're a scorpion. You'll sting me and I'll die. And the scorpion goes, no, of course I won't sting you. Of course, it would be silly. It wouldn't be logical. If I stung you and you died, then you would drown and I would drown and I wouldn't want to kill myself. So, of course I wouldn't do that. I promise you I won't. the frog thinks about this and says, oh, okay, I guess that's logical. All right, fine. Hop on my back and I'll give you a ride across the river. So they're riding across the river, and halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog, with a mighty sting, pours all his venom into the frog, and the frog now is dying. And he says, oh my gosh, what have you done? You've killed me, and in killing you, you've killed yourself. We're both going to die. And the scorpion goes, what are you going to do? I'm a scorpion. So you cannot, yeah, you can't fault for people for acting according to their actual nature. That's silly.